We are live at 8:37, 8:37 here at Girard at Large on AM 1250. Joining us in studio is our friend of a longtime friend of our very young show, Bill Wynn, and also joining us, Bill Wynn of GoffstownToday.com, and Robbie Grady from the Goffstown Main Street program. There are some big doings in the town of Goffstown this weekend, and they are here to fill us in on what has become an annual rite of passage for those who live in the town of Goffstown, among other things. So, Robbie, thank you for joining us here this morning on Girard at Large. It's a pleasure to have you, and Bill, as always, the pleasure is ours.
Thank you, Rich.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
So we've been telling people about this pumpkin deal you guys got going on out there, and I know about this pumpkin thing, and I won't tell you why right now. But for our listeners, what's happening in G-Town, as we call it?
Well, everything related to giant pumpkins, of course.
Giant pumpkins.
Yes, this is our Giant Pumpkin Way Off and Regatta weekend. It's our 12th annual event, and we're thrilled to be able to produce this for the people of Goffstown and the surrounding areas. And I was just telling Bill earlier, we actually have visitors coming from Germany to film the regatta this year. So
really,
yeah.
So there are Germans interested in pumpkins.
Jawohl, there are.
Yeah, all right. So so it's the okay. And every time you say pumpkin, I think of the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. So this is not sort of
No, these may be great pumpkins, but really they're giant pumpkins.
Okay, so like, how giant is giant? This is a competition. See who's got the biggest pumpkin.
Absolutely, the New Hampshire Giant Pumpkin Growers Association is our.
Wait. Oh. There's a New Hampshire Giant Pumpkin Growers Association.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, there is, Rich.
It's huge.
They're big
people,
too.
and they are. They're passionate about pumpkins. I mean,
Really?
These people can tell you the genetics of every one of their gourds. They hand pollinate. Okay, we are talking serious pumpkin growers here.
Really? And here I am just thinking that they were a little too close to Seabrook.
Nope, not at all.
So how much manure over the course of a growing season do we need to put on these pumpkins?
Are
any of them going to run for office?
Well, you'll have to ask that of the pumpkins themselves. But
I've heard people putting beer on them.
Beer?
Feeding them beer and milk and everything else.
they have their secrets. They're not. They
won't give them out.
They won't tell you. They're quite generous with their information, and they'd love to have more giant pumpkin growers out there because it is a competitive spirit, but it's also very cooperative. They trade seeds, they trade secrets, but I think they keep a few secrets up their sleeves as well.
Well, of course. So now, how many people are participating or competing, and how big do these pumpkins get?
Okay, they're not quite as large as a Volkswagen, but
not quite as large as a Volkswagen, but getting close.
I will tell you, when we first started this event years ago, one of our giant pumpkin boats would have weighed 600 pounds. We were lucky to get a 600-pounder. Now we're seeing the giant pumpkin boats are 1,000 pounds and
900.
900. We're looking at the 700s as the minimum, and onward and upward. And I'm not sure what the world record is right now. We probably won't meet it this year in Goffstown, but we've had years we've been pretty close to the world record.
World record. Now, are these all New Hampshire pumpkins?
The ones that will be weighed off at the weigh off will be all New Hampshire pumpkins, because it is the New Hampshire state championship, and the Giant Pumpkin Growers Association conducts that. We can't say enough about them. They're wonderful.
I'm still blown away by the fact that there's a New Hampshire Giant Pumpkin Growers Association.
There's an international Giant Pumpkin Growers.
Well, we might not want to get too much publicity on this thing. People are actually sitting in the pumpkins. We just got a note from our producer. We might not want to get too much attention to this because someone in the state will try to regulate pumpkin growing.
Oh, gee.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, I don't know.
You think the EPA would put some kind of mandate out on pumpkin growing too?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I know. Just don't bring it anywhere near.
Hey, they're telling me they're doing it all organic these days. So,
Rich, I have to tell you, one of the exciting things is really on Saturday, because that's when the weigh off begins. The pumpkins come into town at 9 o'clock. And they start loading them up. There's forklifts. They handle them like newborn babies.
With a forklift.
With a forklift. Yeah.
Oh, with a front end loader, actually.
Front end loader, that's right.
How thick are the skins on these things? I mean, because the one thing I'm thinking is something that big.
Oh, they're pretty thick.
Has got to be a danger to break, right? No? I mean, structurally, are these things capable of carrying all that weight?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, sure they are.
Yeah.
To give you an idea of how thick the skin is, if on my homepage today, there's a video of what we have again this year is the giant pumpkin drop. And this is a 700, 800, 900-pound pumpkin that is at the top of a crane. And it gets dropped into one of those inflatable swimming pools.
Uh-huh.
And
to contain the mess.
it's to contain the mess, and then it's just a riot. And that last year's 2010 pumpkin drop is on my homepage right now.
And that's at goffstowntoday.com.
Yes, and it's just so much fun to watch. But here's where the event culminates: is there's so many things going on, pumpkin eating and talent and everything else. But after the weigh-in, the pumpkins are then brought around to the other end of the village and set up in this pretty large spot where the teams build them and turn them into boats for the Sunday regatta.
That's the highlight.
That's the highlight. And
okay. Well, that might explain the note that I just got from our producer, Christian, about our people actually sitting in the pumpkins
Yes.
during the race.
Oh,
They
sure.
are absolutely sitting in the pumpkins during
with
the
weapons,
race.
mind you.
With weapons.
Well, what's a race without a water fight?
And then we have the town, the pumpkin eater.
Oh, shh. That's always
But
a
we can't say anything
surprise.
about that.
No.
That's
Oh.
totally
That's
secret.
always a
So-
big splash at the end.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's a question before we hit the break. People are going to carve these pumpkins,
Yep.
turn them into boats, race them down the Piscataquag River.
Actually, up the Piscataquag.
up the
Yep.
Piscataquag River.
Mhm.
Okay, now are you above or below the dam at Glens Falls?
We're above the.
You're above the dam at Glens Falls.
We're smack in the heart of the village.
It's back in the heart of Goffstown Village.
Yeah.
What do you do with thousands of pounds of pumpkin guts?
Oh, this is a really important question. The pumpkin guts actually go back to the grower because all of those guts have the seeds for next year's crop.
Right.
And the
Very
growers want those seeds back. So they're very generous in letting us have their giant pumpkins, but the stipulation is they have to have the goop. We have to scoop the goop and give them the seeds back so that they have
thinking
something for next year.
I'm thinking you could make some really big pumpkin pies too.
Oh, wow.
Big ones. Mind you.
Yeah, you could make a giant pumpkin pie. I'm not so sure
if you
it'd
could
be
make a pumpkin
good to
pie
eat.
that big for me, then I would be there. I would be there. I
I'd
don't
be
know
sitting
about-
right next to you.
All
Dave.
right. Well,
Now
we have to hit a
been
break.
talking about this, having a lot of fun talking about this pumpkin thing. I'll call it the pumpkin thing. First of all, aside from weighing in the pumpkins and having this boat race on Sunday, right? Boat races on Sunday.
Correct.
We give the guts back to the people who gave us the pumpkins because those guts belong to them.
Right. Very important.
What else is going to take place during this weekend, and when is it going to be there so that our folks know how they can participate? I'm assuming it's not. And by the way, we still have Dave on the line. Let's go to our caller first. Dave, thanks for calling in. You're with us on Girard at Large.
Yeah, how you folks doing over there? I'm
Very
just
well,
calling
thank you. Now
to,
that our Skype connection's back.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm worried I was going to lose you. I just wanted to call to give both Robbie and Bill props for all the work they do around Goffstown. No, it's an unsolicited call, but I knew they were on today. I'm a local Goffstown guy. They both know me. I won't use my last name, but they both know me, and they do an awful lot for Goffstown. And between the two of them, there's a lot that wouldn't happen in town, and I just wanted to give them both props for that.
Well, Dave, thanks very much. That's very kind of you.
And by the look on their
Yes.
face, Dave, they haven't figured out your voice. So I
No.
know it's truly a surprise that you called in, and we appreciate your being out
Yeah,
there and listening to us here on Girard at Large.
Well, thank you very much.
All right,
We
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you very much.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Take care.
So tell us a little bit more about the event, when it starts, when it ends, what days it happens, all of that fun stuff.
You bet. Well, it starts bright and early Saturday, October 15th, this coming Saturday at 9 a.m.
Mhm.
And
Now, this is in downtown
This is
Goffstown.
in
the section-
downtown
the
Goffstown,
section we
that's
refer
right.
to as the Village.
the village. And that's Main Street. For those of you coming out from Manchester, you just take Route 114 north and you'll hit us.
Or you can actually take the back road all the way in.
You
can't
can take the
Goffstown
back road all the way in from Amoskeag Circle, you bet.
Those of
That's-
us on the
that's-
west side know the back
That's
road.
through downtown Grassmere, Rich.
Grassmere.
That's right.
Re-
The Rotary in Grassmere.
re- Grassmere.
We're so thrilled to have all of the support from the different groups that participate with us. We have a doggy costume contest from the Glen Lake Animal Hospital.
Donkey costume.
I know it's really
Oh.
it's a howl. Arr.
Oh, sure it is.
Sorry.
That was pretty good, actually.
The Goffstown Public Library is having an activity for kids where they can make fairy houses. The Lions Club popcorn stand will be open. We have a pumpkin cook-off, and this is really neat. Every
you
year,
imagine?
we have a family that the kids have all left the area, but they come back for the weekend and they all vie for who's going to be the best chef in the pumpkin
Right.
cook-off.
So you're cooking pumpkins too.
Well,
Linus would
hopefully
be
they're
very
already
unhappy.
coming cooked. You can
okay.
enter a dish in one of 4 categories, and we have judges who eat a lot of pumpkins. So that takes place on Saturday afternoon. We have a talent competition. Saturday night, the Masons are having a turkey dinner. Sunday morning, we start back up again. The Rebeccas are having a breakfast downtown. Oh, I forgot the giant parade, of course, the 250th anniversary parade. And I think you're going to be
That's
talking
4
about that
p.m.
tomorrow.
on Sunday, I believe, right?
It's on Saturday afternoon at 4.
Saturday at 4.
We
that's
have
right.
the parade organizers on with us
Yeah.
tomorrow, so
Yeah.
we'll learn more
Yeah.
about that.
So you'll
Oh, that's
hear more
great.
about that. And then Sunday, the grand finale, of course, is the Giant Pumpkin Regatta itself at 3 p.m. on the river. But you want to be there all day. We have pumpkin games, lots of fun for the kids. And best of all, most of what we do is free.
Oh, great. Now, I'm somewhat familiar with downtown Goffstown. Where does one park if they go to this
Good
regatta?
question. The municipal parking lots are available at Town Hall on School Street, Maple Avenue Elementary School, and there is a small lot next to the town common.
There's actually plenty of places to park. I never heard anybody complain about finding a space for the regatta.
And how many people are you expecting?
Well, we figure each year we have roughly 5,000 people between the 2 days. So it's a good turnout. It's a very friendly, family-friendly event. It's all about community. It's bringing people together, having feet on the streets and smiles on the faces.
Oh,
And
stop
talk
with
about
all
connecting,
that
Rich.
stuff.
Just like All About Community with Goffstown Main Street program, it's marvelous what they do for the Goffstown Village Arena. GoffstownToday.com's role, just like Gerard at Large's role, is connecting the community.
Yep.
We'll be on site filming everything we can, and that's how we play our role into it all. And plus, I'll be a judge in the talent competition. I'm pretty excited about that.
Cool. And by the way, GoffstownToday.com, Bill, you just nominated for some sort of award with that, weren't you?
Yes, New Hampshire Business Review magazine notified us this past week that we are in the running for a 211 Business Excellence Award. We're extremely happy about that, and as we grow, so does our opportunity to bring more and more to our viewers, and we really, really enjoy the opportunity.
Well deserved. Robbie Grady from the Goffstown Main Street program and Bill Wynn from GoffstownToday.com. Thanks for joining us here on Gerard at Large this morning. Please visit GerardAtLarge.com for more information. We'll be posting links to this as soon as they get them to us. And we will be back tomorrow with another action-packed day. I've run out of time to share the schedule, so go to GerardAtLarge.com for complete details on tomorrow's lineup. You won't want to miss it.